Look, I get you. You want to know how I can have time to make these ridiculous YouTube videos, not have worked for like 4 months at a job, and still have the time and the energy and the enthusiasm to continue diving into AI. And now I'm moving into vendorship. I can teach you this. It's through AI automation, and there is so much data behind what I'm doing that there's let's see. There's so much data, and I have so and I can teach you this. I don't know if you need and I can teach you this. I taught mostly elementary I taught and I can teach you this. I taught mostly kindergarten for 9 years and then went back to school for software engineering through the computer science department in the engineering wing at CU Boulder. But I have years of experience. I can teach you this. If I can Listen, I was able to teach a child that was born with literally half of their brain missing how to read within 2 weeks after she failed kindergarten, I think it was, twice in a row. I know how to present to you in a way that will help you learn it. I know that you're asking yourselves, how do I know this isn't just another bubble? How do I know that I'm actually going to get my returns? How do I know that this isn't another one of these scams? Well, my offer to you is for $50 a month, sign up so that I can show you with your own data and your own set of keywords the mm, my proposition to you is sign up with me now. I'm planning to have daily office hours for 1 hour at a time where I can quickly answer people's questions as they learn AI automation. And I know what you're thinking. Do I need to learn how to code or not? Do I buy this software that does it for me or not? I can answer all these questions and I can use science and data to show you why and how and teach you systems that will work to help you write your own solutions so that you yourself are benefiting from the AI money pie the same way that the rest of us are. This is not a low code, no code solution. This is not low code, no code, because I don't know how regulations, when Congress continues to roll out laws, will affect stuff like that. But I know that what I'm teaching you is gonna self-sustain and it's gonna continue to produce you money because it is digital real estate and I've mastered physical real estate. That's why I can sit here and make YouTube videos all day and decide what I'm gonna do post quarter life, now midlife crisis, post uber successful quarter life and super uber successful midlife crisis. Do I have a ton of cash? No, but I have wealth. So the wealth is what's enabling me to be able to get to do what I want to do with my time every day. It's what lets me have the cushion, right? When stuff doesn't go the way I wish it would, or when and I shouldn't even say that, when stuff goes different from my expectation, it's because there is a bigger force that is opening a wider door for me. And because I have set up my life this way, I have the time to sit and appreciate that and like shift my thinking into like, okay, this new opportunity, what do I with it? What do I do with it? So I know how you feel. I got laid off. What do I do next? Um, the writing's on the wall. Jobs in software are vanishing, and I just finished school to be a software engineer. I don't want to move to California to go work for big money. California is sinking, and if I go there, I'll make money, but then I'll be dead in the ocean. Um, I don't even know if I would qualify for one of those big jobs, and there doesn't seem to be any other kind of job. When I go on LinkedIn, there's like thousands of people applying to the same shitty job that I'm applying to. I don't even know how to pass a coding interview, let alone how to present at an actual interview. Mm. I'm finally past imposter syndrome, but now I can't find the opportunity. Mm. How are people that are way less skilled than me and way less intelligent better at answering the way their boss is asking, so they're the ones that get the jobs? why is it okay? Why do I get fired and it's unethical for me to speak up when something is really bad and the people that are causing this safety issue get to keep their jobs? Right? All these questions, like I can answer all these questions. So this video is not the kind of energy I want to put out in the universe, right? So I'm gonna reframe all of this. And I typically would not make a video like this, especially for this channel at this point in my journey, because the uh, traversing socioeconomic status classes has been one of the most difficult things I think I've ever undertaken, like harder than anything I've ever had to learn in school. And I have a range of degrees, and like I've always done okay in school, and I didn't know I was dyslexic till I was like mid 30s or late 30s or something, right? Which is when I was getting like these math classes under my belt. Even that was not as hard as the social expectations that I had to unlearn and I had to let go of and I had to be okay with discarding, so that I could get to this point where like my smile is genuine now, right? Like now I actually want to wake up the next day. Like now it's like if somebody says like I'm leaving, it's like, oh my gosh, more time back to get to do the stuff I want to build and like run into more builders. So the opportunities that you get from making decisions that are not maybe popular in the group that you're in, but then finding your tribe where it makes sense and you find these other needles in the haystack that were making decisions similar to yours is like in the movies when they have like that glorious moment, like, oh, right, like when the clouds part and the sun shines and then you're like, oh my god, am I in heaven now, like what happened? And honestly, like on a quantum physics level, like yes, like we did just experience like the blue moons and like there's a lot of stuff, right? Like I'm not going to go into the esoteric. I did just move back from Boulder like a few years ago, so I lived with whom I call my shaman mom towards the end of my stay there. So I, like I could go down that path, but I don't want to lose people. I want to stay focused on these real, tangible, third dimensional earth questions where you're like, how do I hop off the hamster wheel? How do I break the golden handcuffs? How do I even begin to imagine a life that is not a that where AI is gonna enable me to do the things that all these people are saying it's gonna do. Like, how is AI gonna rescue me when I don't even know how to use ChatGPT, right? Like, so then we reframe the question, right? Like, I need to reframe what I'm letting you know. Like, I will help you break that barrier of not knowing how to code, but getting to glean the benefits of AI. I will help you break that barrier of not having to worry about regulations imposed on low code, no code solutions, because I'll show you how to get the AI to generate the code for you, right? I'll show you the very basics that you need to extrapolate from years of data science, computer science, web development, what else? Education, and I don't know, business intelligence. I will show you the skills all abstracted out of there into this set of skills that is what will get you from where you are to where you want to go, wherever that is. And if you can't imagine from going from here where you are to where you want to go, I will I can guarantee you, right, that the curriculums that I'm rolling out will get you from here to here. And then you'll be able to look back in a week and you'll see like you're from here to here. And then you'll see like you're from here to here. And most importantly, it's going to take a very short amount of time, and once you learn the skills I'm teaching you, you're going to be like, you're ripping me off because I could have introspected this. And I'm here to tell you, if you were able to introspect this, like wouldn't you have already, right? But what I am telling you is that the way that I teach things is so simple that even my 80 something year old father was able to start benefiting from AI in a way that he couldn't imagine. And I have videos of that. I had a veteran that was living here that got charged with a felony, and I got it removed. Didn't need a lawyer. Spent some days in jail. The guy could probably follow up on it and like get paid by the city for violation of rights, right? Because I made sure to include all the information in the paperwork that I was filing, and these are just like small examples of how everything that used to seem so unreachable is like now within our grasp. And yes, there's this division, right? Like the haves and the have-nots. However, there's no excuse right now. Like I have free webinars multiple times a week. So you can't say there's nobody to teach you. Like I'm building a course where you don't have to show up when I show up. You could just literally learn what I learned over years and years of learning this stuff as a dyslexic, right? Middle-aged, bilingual Hispanic female in Boulder, Colorado. I've been homeless, right? Like I can't even use my hands the same way as most people because I injured them in the military. Mm, I'm barren, so I don't even have the excuse of having children like motivating me to get stuff done. And yet I'm still able to get it done quicker than ever. And here I am enjoying this Sunday, like filming these videos. And I still had enough time this morning to like bask in my self pity for like, for like a situation that ended up being a different outcome than what my expectation was, right? And just like letting myself absorb that, meditate about it, like understand like that there's just like a bigger picture that is a door that is now this actual door that's opening, right? So all of this to say, like, I am only making this video because I was watching Aston CEO's video, and he was talking about stuff like this, about like how you have to, like make decisions. And I absolutely agree with that. Like you have to make decisions, and I can tell you that there are decisions that are faster decisions and more shortcut decisions than like the when I joined the Navy, they drew a thing on the board and they're like, this is the Navy, we get from where we are to where we're gonna go like this, right? So like they already know it's gonna be like a, like a sailor's path through life. So I kind of took that path. Starting with, I should have stuck to the cryptography program, but I didn't have wealth at the time, so I wasn't able to like I guess like make my situation work out to where I could really take advantage of that. But in the end, right, like it was just whatever bigger energy, whatever bigger force, making sure that I didn't spend my intellect like building more weapons that would destroy more people. And I still got to work on cryptography, except in post-quantum cryptography through my master's thesis, still under my thesis advisor who worked for like government cybersecurity stuff. But he asked me one day, like, well, what are some benefits of quantum computing that you can see? And I couldn't come up with any. All I could think of was like all the bad actor side, right? And it wasn't until about a year later when like the switch flipped. And I was like, that was an opportunity for me to like reframe my thinking. And I don't know if that was the reason why my advisor asked me that question, right? But I don't have regrets, but that is one situation where if I ever run into that question again, whether from him or someone else, or maybe this is my opportunity to like kind of what they call in like shamanism, like recapitulate that situation but in real time versus like in the quantum whatever, meditation kind of stuff. Like that, like now I'm saying like, okay, now I see how it could be really beneficial in a lot of ways. And like the first step to this is AI automation. And that, like, I'm personally experiencing like the value and the benefit of it. And I'm not saying that like rain is like money is pouring from the sky, but it's there. Like the automation is in place. Um, if someone tries to sell you something that's going to work overnight, like I'd have to see the data. So there is something I can sell you overnight, which is like how to choose the right websites using data, so that even if you're not able to ever get back around to working on your websites are still worth plenty of money. So when you sell them, you make a tremendous ROI. And I have a shorts video on that. But Google pulled it like not but, and Google pulled it like the day after I posted it because they said that these were like outrageous claims because I was claiming, I think, like 400% ROI. I don't remember. It was like a huge, but it was real. I was like, so I wrote them back and I was like, but look, here's the actual evidence. I can't fabricate this. It was before deep fakes were like really easy to make, but even so, it was like very evidence that like I had every data point in the video. So if what you're looking for is like a quick money maker overnight, okay, I have something pretty close to that. And that's all included in the course I'm unrolling, right? And I'm not going to post it on school because there's a reason why I want to own my own digital traffic, right? And also paying into school when I could just get paid for people to come to my Zoom calls. It's like, why would I do that, right? So like that's one of those first lines of thinking, like I'm putting money in to get what out of it, like why am I putting money into it when I'm the one bringing the skills? Like that doesn't even make sense to me, right? Like if there was not a platform where I could like use Zoom to get paid to show up, then I would be kind of almost forced to use those platforms, right? YouTube is free, TikTok is free, Facebook is free, right? So like and I did try a course on school, and I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm just saying like for me, like I didn't I didn't glean benefits from it, and I tried it multiple times. And also like the more I do this, the more I realize like the value of like my own digital traffic. So I can also teach you that and why I went that route, right? So this video is more for people that are like stuck in limbo, that are probably trying to traverse like socioeconomic status, or like they just got out of a degree and like that now they're in a ton of debt and they don't even know what's going to happen with the economy, and AI is about to kill us all and all this, right? Like possibly, right? I can't say yes or no, but hopefully not. And I'm gonna not edit this, but I'm also gonna make a shorter version, and I'm not gonna like promote this video or anything. I might just link to it, um, just because I don't know that this is the energy I want to continue to push forward, but I think this is my own closure, right? And the only part I am gonna keep is like where I am gonna take the beginning of the video and like, because I'm trying to mock, not mock. I'm I'm trying to ride the coattails of the ray gun phenomenon in the 2024 Olympics, right? And I also am using like some video tools that I like. I'm curious. I haven't visited video tools or music generation tools like in a couple few months. But now that I have the majority of my automation in place for well, actually it is in place. Actually, it's done for like two massive projects that are like for sure gonna persist through changes in the way that people use the internet, and it has to do with like TCP/IP and like HTML and packet sizes and what quantum computing means. And I actually have a thesis that was about post-quantum cryptography and the Bitcoin blockchain, so like I understand all that, right? And so now that that's done, like now I can work on stuff that's fun, right? And I can tap into like that creative side of my brain and get to make stuff that is entertaining. And pardon, and then in a couple few days I'll go back to like the hardcore mathy side of the brain where I can kind of like get to have that experience of like accomplishment. That's where I get my deep sense of accomplishment, is like when the math works out and like the code works, and then like I can see the output, right? And it's like, to me that's like glorious. Like that, to me, that is church, right? Like getting to express the intent through the numbers and the ones and zeros and the qubits, um because there are actually Python programs where you can actually code like quantum computing simulators, by the way, in case you didn't know. Those have been around for a long time. um like that to me is like being in the flow, and that's why I like recently, well, a day ago, I didn't sleep for 24 hours and I fasted for the 24 hours, because like that is what it means to be in the flow. Like you do lose track of time and it's just like so much fun. And now I get to be on this side of the existence, right? And yes, there is like that perfect middle spot. Like I absolutely very often get to like exist like right down, like right now when I make the Reagan video, right? And I have to use like the technical skills and the marketing skills and the ability to absorb mass amounts of information, and like being able to then port that over quickly to like my blog automation that is set to rank top and make me be findable. Right, like then I get to use that part. So like it all coalesces into like these YouTube shorts, which is, I think, like the explosion of every uh, facet or every dimension of what it takes to be an AI architect. And nobody gave me that title. Like I earned it. Like in fact, when I came up with the title AI architect, I didn't see it anywhere. It was because I started working with AI and I had just gotten fired. I've always gotten fired and then like what is the word? Like failed upward. Like I always double my income. Like no matter where, right? Like even the Navy, I was like what's it called? Like separated, but I asked for it. Like there's a whole thing about that, like how I was able to get out within 10 days and I still get all my benefits, and then it got turned into a what is it called, like an honorable discharge, because it should have been. And like there were definitely like that unit I was part of, what is it called? Like it's not even a unit. So like I data dump some of that stuff. But anyway, like they were under investigation by the FBI for like being much harder on minorities than they were on everybody else. So like I don't feel shame for what happened there. Like I did my best, and now I serve by making Airbnbs available to vets and pets, right? So like everything you you do get to rectify later, and it's probably because you were supposed to be meant for because you were meant for more. So right now, like I get to make this ray gun video. That's why I wore this shirt because it looks a lot like what she was wearing at the Olympics. That's the closest thing I have. Like I wasn't about to go out and buy green pants. Because I lived like a wealthy person, but now I'm ready to live like a rich person. So now I have like the wealth like pretty set. Like as long as nothing goes too crazy and all my units are rented, right? Like I'll be okay. Like all of it will take care of itself. And as long as I'm like very cost conservative, that I can keep doing this for the rest of my life. Like I wouldn't have to have another job. I would have to pick up some like small clients here and there. Um, but because I have AI automation now, like I'm not gonna stop now. Like now I can actually build like money for fun, right? Like more fun money. So like now I get to buy stuff. So like within a year, I'll probably have like green pants, right? And they'll be like top of the line. Although I do buy what is it called? Like secondhand clothing only because I do think it's better for the planet, and also because like I would rather have a ton of clothes to pick from that I only wear once versus like buy new stuff that I only wear once. Like, because to me, it just makes sense. I'm just a very practical, engineer-minded person. But anyway, I don't know if this is helpful. I'm gonna make my music video showcasing me as Reagan. See you on the other side of wealth, homies.